And welcome to another episode of the Tar Heels Insider Podcast. I am your host, Grant Sashray, bringing you all the latest news for UNC athletics. I'm joined here by associate beat writer Jeremiah Artacho. Of course, he's been doing a lot of great work for football and basketball, and just covering his site. A lot of other sports too, but we're trying to focus on football and basketball now, especially for football as we've kicked off fall camp. Make sure to follow Tar Heels on the side on Twitter and Facebook. Also, you can like the page as well on Facebook. Also, make sure to check out the website. Everything's for free, no paywall, no subscriptions, no bowl.
Free.
So make sure to go check out the website as we're releasing a lot of the latest content in regards to UNC athletics, especially football, as fall camp is underway. And we're halfway through. They're about to get through pads. Hopefully, they'll let us see practice on Wednesday, and that'll be very exciting. But
I want to see that.
we were only supposed to shoot two podcasts today. Me and Jeremiah like to shoot multiple podcasts in one sitting, in short spurts. Sometimes we go long depending on the topic, but a lot of times we try to keep it under 20 minutes to make it easy viewing. But now we're doing three, and that's because not too long ago, about an hour or two ago, news broke that veteran offensive lineman Austin Blaske suffered a foot injury. It's a broken foot. Supposedly, the least amount of time he can miss will be 4 games, but that's a huge loss for UNC, especially as the first 4 games of the season are generally kind of easy. I won't say easy, but you want to go 3-1 in those games. You at least want to go 3-1, right? You want to start off the season kind of strong, especially getting the ACC play. And yes, North Carolina doesn't have a hard schedule at all. They avoid Georgia Tech, they avoid Louisville, they avoid SMU, they avoid Florida State, who should be better this year. Not the same poo-poo Florida State from last year, but they should be better. So you avoid a lot of the better teams in the ACC. The only team you have to play is Clemson, which is supposedly when Blaske is supposed to return, but it could be longer than that, depending on, they still have to go through evaluation, still have to go through a diagnosis. So we don't know how long it's going to last. But as of right now, we do know he will definitely miss the first 4 games of the season. And, of course, the first game of the year is against TCU, which is a very, very good team. This is a 9-4. They're coming off a 9-4 season. They have a lot of great players coming back, including their quarterback, Josh Hoover, who's an excellent quarterback. And not only that, TCU actually has a really good front seven. So that offensive line will be tested early because of the injury to Austin Blaske. Jeremiah, your thoughts on the injury and really where can they go from here? Because the good thing is they have depth. But
they do.
But you lose one of your veteran players who is, So he's played 6 years, but he's a 2-year starter. Also did not allow a sack last season. 84.4 pass blocking grade, according to PFF.
Yeah. Well, for starters, during Austin Blaske's appearance at the last media availability, speaking to all the reporters, for one, he's a nice guy. The way he was just answering all of his questions, and then he just really seemed excited to go into Camp 6 in comparison to when he was in Camp 1. He spoke about how it was a lot easier. So he really had that drive to finish out his last season in college football, and just ended up getting an injury just like this. It really hurts to say this, but injuries are a part of sports, especially in football, with how much contact is involved. But I believe that UNC will still be good in terms of the depth that they have. Having Austin Blaske will, of course, have been great benefits. He's experienced with the UNC program itself and just a college football player in general. But the depth will be tested. It will be one of the first roadblocks, I would say, for Coach Bill Belichick. We'll see how he pivots from Austin Blaske and see what he does from there. So it'll be a good test, not only for the offensive linemen and the people who will fill in for Austin's role, but Coach Bill Belichick himself. So just one early test that even before a game has started. So it'll be unique to see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no doubt. It's just an unfortunate injury. I mean, he is seen as the leader of this offensive line. He's played 6 years of college football. Of course, he really has. This will only be his second year starting. I mean, this guy was a part of a national championship program in Georgia, right? He did play some stats for Georgia, not a whole lot, but he did play some stats for Georgia. I mean, he's coming from a championship pedigree. This is his sixth year of playing college football. He's 23 years old, right? He's one of the older players on this team. And there's a lot of guys who are fifth-year seniors on this team, actually. This is a very veteran group. But when it comes to the offensive line, right, you got Aiden Banfield, who's a sophomore, right? Travion Green, I believe he is a redshirt sophomore. I think so. But the good thing is, though, is that Bill Belichick made sure he stacked up an offensive line, right? Daniel King was a two-time Sun Belt all-conference performer, right? He was already going to be he was already going to be projected one of the guards already, and that was kind of expected because of his pedigree. He also was a team captain at Troy too. So it's not like you're losing a voice in the locker room. He was a team captain at Troy, so he's used to being a leader. But now, supposedly, because of Blaske's injury, he's either going to be between Aiden Banfield, who was just started for 11 or 13 games at guard, and then also Chad Lindbergh, who transferred from Rice, started 11 games for the Owls, mostly played at guard. I think 7 of the 11 games he played at Rice were at guard. I know he mostly played at guard. I'm not sure which side of the field, but he played at guard. Also, by the way, fun fact, I actually just found this out researching it. I think it was yesterday. But Austin Blaske and Chad Lindbergh were actually teammates at Georgia, so they're going to be reunited. So that's actually kind of an interesting twist of the story.
Wow, they were teammates. That's unique.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think actually they might be the same age. Either they're the same year or they're like a year apart.
Oh, okay. Wow. I mean, it's really cool to see that they do have chemistry already prior to UNC. But just going back to Austin Blaske and the Bill Belichick is going to be, I mean, for fans, this is, I mean, I know injuries suck, obviously. I mean, no one wants to see anyone get hurt in sports, but it's just really going to be a good test for Bill Belichick. I mean, fans and fans are going to be like, oh, okay, let's see what Bill Belichick does. How does he pivot from this? How does he replace Austin Blaske for the time being while he's healing? Like, what is he going to do? Like, is he able to find a way around this? How is Coach Will Friend going to adjust during practice? I mean, there's a lot of things that are going to be shown by the first game. So Austin Blaske does go down. I mean, that really sucks, of course. Injuries suck in general. I don't know how many times I'll say that, but it's the truth. But in terms, but from a football standpoint, from a coaching standpoint, this is a good test. I mean, just really going to see how Bill Belichick is going to apply everything that he's been through into these next coming weeks. I mean, September 1st is right around the corner.
Yeah. I mean, tomorrow will be so as we're recording this, today is Sunday, August 10th. And we are looking at the calendar. I know we're a few weeks away, but so the first week of the season actually starts on not this Saturday, but the following Saturday. So 1, 2, we're 3 weeks away. 3 weeks away. Well, actually, because it's a Labor Day, because they play on a Monday. 3 weeks away. So we are 3 Mondays away from watching the Tar Heels take on the Horned Frogs at TCU, who's a really, really good team, by the way. And we'll discuss them more as the month goes on. I wanted to wait on the TCU. I did do an article about I did do a schedule breakdown TCU, kind of break them a little bit. But starting this weekend, you're going to start seeing a lot more TCU content. We're going to try to push that. Me and Jeremiah are going to start pushing that a little bit. And then once game week happens, it's just going to be straight up game previews, stuff like that. And, of course, some basketball stuff as well because if you don't, there's going to be I think Duran Rippey will be actually be visiting that weekend. So it's a huge weekend not only for football, but also for basketball as well. But yeah, it's just it's a huge loss. This is a loss you don't want to have before the season, right?
Oh yeah, I mean,
Because he's a veteran, right? You don't want to
he's an older
lose.
guy.
Older guy, veteran, didn't allow a sack last year. Is one of the few holdovers from last year. So he's one of
Yeah,
the
I
two.
mean, yeah, exactly. Good point. I mean, he's one of the few faces that were here. I mean, there's so much turnover. Like this is such a whole entirely new roster, and he's one of the lone faces that remain from last season, and he's experienced too. So like, it's a big loss nonetheless. I mean, there's nothing more to say other than that. I mean, Austin Blaske he was a guy in the locker room that a lot of people listen to, I'm sure, and Bill Belichick or had him. Well, I would say according to the plan, I would say probably have him start. Obviously,
Yeah, I mean, of course, it doesn't mean Austin Blaske is lost for the season, right? He still can come back.
yeah,
So
no,
that's the good thing. So that's the good thing.
yeah, that is good.
There's still
Yeah,
time
for
before
sure.
he can come back. I mean, it's not going to be a season-ending injury. So
Yeah,
thank God
no,
for that. All right, because you for not only for him, but for the team as well, because he is a leader on this team. So that's a good thing. But this is not the most ideal situation going into the season when you take on TCU, right? I mean, this is a very good TCU team. I mean, TCU. I mean, not only look, they're going to be known for their offense. You got Sonny Dykes, his air raid offense, and all those things like that. But TCU is a very, very dangerous team, especially on the defensive line. The Deal brothers, Devon Deal and Marcus Deal, those guys are menaces on the defensive line. Anzo Boo comes in from Washington State, right? He had 24 tackles, 7 tackles for loss, and 6 sacks as an interior defensive lineman, right? I mean, this is a big, this is an experienced defensive front, especially in the linebacker shoot. This is a very experienced defensive front that TCU has. I mean, this is. I mean, a lot of people are like acting like TCU is like this middle. I mean, look, they're a good. Like a lot of people, they acknowledge that they're good, but keep this in mind. TCU since the turn of the century, since the year 2000, TCU has been a much better program than North Carolina. It doesn't matter than conference USA and then the Mountain West before they went to the Big 12. They've always been a better program. They've
yeah,
had multiple level 1 seasons. They've beaten the best of the best. And then when they got in the Big 12, by year 3 in the Big 12, they were, I mean, if the Big 12 actually had a Big 12 championship or there was a 12-team playoff back then, they would have had a first round bye. That was a really good TCU team. And then
yeah,
of course, a few years ago, they went to the national championship. Sonny Dykes
mhm.
is literally coached in a national championship game.
Yeah. I mean,
He's got a great coaching staff. He's won a lot of the places he's been at, except for Cal, because Cal doesn't care about the sports programs enough. If you look at everywhere else, Sonny Dykes has been, he's won and won conference championships. And then on top of that, you have they have a lot of their players coming back. A lot of
yeah,
their players, unlike Carolina, most of their players are coming back, which is huge because they already have the chemistry. North Carolina is still trying to build the chemistry because some of these guys came after the spring. Andrew Simpson was a post-spring transfer. Gio Lopez was a post-spring transfer. Max Johnson, yeah, he's looked okay. I mean, he's
he's
looked good.
recovering. He's recovering.
I know right now Gio Lopez is the front runner from what I've been hearing. Of course, not only just from reading, but I think even today, I think Gio Lopez has made it clear that he's the quarterback number 1. But I mean, like if you look at most of the team, besides the offensive line and the secondary, a lot of these guys are new players.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you could ask for a better game one for Bill Belichick's career. Like I don't think you can ask for a better test, really.
I like
I
you say,
mean,
like,
what'd you say?
like, it's like, yeah, I can't think of a more important game one for Bill Belichick. Not like he's won 6 Super Bowls.
Yeah, well, in terms of his collegiate career, obviously.
Yeah.
But like, no,
I
exactly.
get it. It was kind of funny you said that about Bill Belichick. It's like, he's
No.
won
Of
6
course,
Super Bowls.
collegiate career. But
Yeah, I
I
know.
mean, yeah, TCU. I mean, TCU. The TCU has proven themselves. I mean, they're a good football team. I mean, to say the least. But I mean, Bill Belichick going against an experienced TCU team that is returning a lot of players, and considering what he has, a lot of new faces, just brand new coaching staff that's still meshing up until this day. I mean, you're still trying to figure out who your quarterback is because that's not set in stone at this point in time. And then, of course, going back to Austin Blaske, as we mentioned a lot during this podcast so far. I mean, there's just a lot of unknowns still, but the tools are there, and it's just all about execution. I mean, we'll just it's just gonna be interesting to see how Bill Belichick puts it all together. And Grant, what do you think? Do you think fans should be concerned right now, or how do you think fans should be processing this information as like a whole? Like, do you think they should be nervous about TCU? Like, if you're a UNC
Yeah.
fan, what are you thinking?
Yes. 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 Because Austin Blaske, I mean, outside of Aiden Banfield, you will have 4 new starters in the offensive line. And look, I think Daniel Keene's a really good player. I even said Daniel Keene I said Daniel Keene was going to be one of your most impactful transfers on this team because of the pedigree he comes in with. But it's not ideal to lose anyone your offensive lineman, no matter who it is. It's just not an ideal situation, especially right before. Now they still got some time to figure things out, which is the good thing that this happened
They have time
earlier. Now you didn't want this to happen, but at least it happened kind of in the middle and not closer to that game, right? Because at least you got some acclimation. You got acclimation period.
The acclimation period. Bill Belichick. I mean,
so you're able to evaluate better because you're entering a time when they're about to go in pads. So it's a good thing.
Yeah, I know. I mean, yeah, this game one's going to be something. I mean, just like the atmosphere, everything. It's literally Monday Night Football. When was the last time that has ever happened for UNC? I mean, yeah, maybe never.
I think this might be the first time.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think this saw something like that. I could be wrong, but
yeah.
I'm doing an article pretty soon. It's gonna be released. I gotta type it up still, but apparently North Carolina has the 9th most expensive game day out of 130 teams in terms of like not only the ticket prices but also concessions and stuff like that. A lot of that has to do with Belichick's, but that's all part of the Belichick effect. And I mean, all eyes are gonna be North Carolina, but now you have because you have all eyes on you. And now the news came out that you losing one of your better players. I mean, Austin Blaske, if you had to do a top 10 player list, he's on the top 10.
Maybe on this roster.
Right. Yeah. So it's not an ideal situation going this season.
Yeah, no. I mean, I feel like we've hit all the nails. I mean, just Austin Blaske, he definitely gonna try and get him as soon as possible, of course, but definitely not rush him back. I mean, there's been a lot of times, especially in sports like beyond football, where players have been rushed back, and that's just a major concern. Though, so definitely, obviously, want to have him back after those 4 games as projected, but definitely want him in the best condition possible. So, yeah, UNC is gonna have to manage. They're gonna have to pivot and figure out a way to strategize with the guys that on the depth chart. So the good thing is that they do have experience, so they're not completely left hanging in terms of having unexperienced guys. I feel like this situation may have been a lot worse if the guys were a bunch of freshmen, really.
Yeah, and the good thing is about Austin Blaske before we end the podcast, the good thing is like right before the Clemson game, you have a bye. So you got a 4 or 5 week. So you got a 5-week period to get them right? I mean, between then the Clemson. And even if you can't play the Clemson game, guess what? The week after is a bye. So, I mean,
that's a lot of time. I mean,
and also kind of go off of what you're saying. Yes. And you don't, I don't think, the good thing is you don't really have to rush him back because I think there's enough depth on this offensive line. And when he comes back, I mean, you can just plug him right in, figure it out from there. Because by that point, the only issue is, if the offensive line is playing good, what do you do? What do you do if they're playing good?
I mean,
and that's gonna be an issue when he comes back. But we're not gonna.
Yeah, that's gonna be an issue for then. Yeah, I mean, good point. But I feel like we'll just have to talk about that when the time comes.
Yeah, but we just so the first game hasn't even been played yet. So we don't want to have that conversation unless it needs to be had. If whether they're playing good or playing bad, that's when that conversation is going to come up. But not at the moment. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Grant Sastre, Jeremiah Tacho. We are the beat writers for Tar Heels on SI. Make sure to follow Tar Heels on SI on Twitter and Facebook. And also make sure to go follow us on Twitter as well for all your latest news in regards to UNC athletics. And also check out our website. It's for free. No subscriptions, no paywalls, no bull. It's free. I'm not even joking. So go check it out at si.com/college/North Carolina. So see you guys later, and you guys have a good one.
See ya.